I think we should be very, very careful about the way we go about predicting the Premier League season, even before it begins. I just wanted to say this quick thing before. I just wanted to say this quick thing in this video. What I want to say is that before the season begins, no team can be said to be favorites. There is no particular metric that anyone could possibly base on to say that team A, B, C, or D is a favorite to win the Premier League. You just can't do that. Now, from what I've seen so far in mainstream media, among YouTubers and so on and so forth, I think sometimes we get overexcited about how the last season ended, what has panned out in the transfer window, the summer transfer window, and then we based on that to make predictions. And I think that is quite dangerous. I mean, you can make predictions for the fun of it if you just want to make fun of it and create content. But I think that in most cases, it is actually something that is unnecessary, right? We don't really have to make any predictions before the season starts. We don't. Now, the reason why I say that is that when the season begins, each and every team needs to earn the right to compete for the title. You need to earn the right, and you earn that right in the first 10 to 15 games. After the first 10 to 15 games, that is when we can say that team A or team B can win the league, because they've shown that they deserve to be put in that conversation. Your performance in the previous season doesn't give you any right whatsoever, any right, any advantage over anybody when the season begins. Your performance last season cannot be used to determine anything at all in the upcoming season. If that was the case, then Leicester wouldn't have won the league. Leicester would never have won the league in 2016 or 2015 when they did that. Liverpool last season wouldn't have won the league because our performance in the previous season and even towards the end of the season didn't suggest anything regarding winning the Premier League. And that is why sometimes when some teams say that this is our year because last season we finished second, so this is our year, I really don't understand. The reason why I don't understand is that your performance last season doesn't give you any advantage over anybody in the upcoming season. So the fact that, for example, you finished strong in the previous season doesn't mean that you are going to start strong this season. The fact that you finished poorly last season doesn't mean that you are going to finish strong this season. If anything at all, Liverpool is a team I suppose, so I'll use Liverpool as the example. Liverpool didn't finish the last season very well. The last 4 games, when you look at the way we played those games, if anything at all, I would be concerned for the upcoming season, because I would say that based on that finish, the players are still in that mood where they don't really take the games very seriously, and that might affect them in the first few weeks of the season. If I say that based on what I saw last season, then I might be right? But I also might be very, very wrong, because in that last 4 games of the season, Liverpool had already won the Premier League. So if you want to do any analysis based on those last 4 games, you are going to find yourself in a quandary. There's going to be a big problem because they were on the beach. So how can you make any analysis with those 4 games? You can't. The fact that Arsenal finished second last season doesn't give them any advantage over, for example, Chelsea. There is no reason for me to believe that Arsenal is going to finish ahead of Chelsea again because they finished second last season. There's no reason for me to believe it. After the first 10 games of the season, first 15, that is when I will be able to say, okay, this season, based on what I've seen with my eyes so far, this is what I think will happen. Everything has to be based on this season, because every team is starting from ground zero and building up to winning the Premier League title. So we are all starting from ground zero. Don't let anybody deceive you that a team's performance last season is going to translate into the following season. when we look at how seasons start, how teams start seasons, we see that there are significant variations between how they finish the last season and how the new season begins. It all depends on the stage at which they are in terms of fitness, the tactical understanding that the players have got, and so on and so forth. So for me, I would like to tell Liverpool fans that we should manage our expectations. The fact that we won the league last season doesn't mean that we have any advantage over anybody beginning the season. We need to earn the right to compete for the Premier League title, and we are going to do that in the first 10 games of the season. If we don't earn the right in those first 10 games, then I think there's no chance for us. Just because you were the champion last season doesn't give you any right or any advantage over anybody. It doesn't give you a head start. We are all starting from ground zero. We are all starting from nil. And I think that Liverpool fans, both fans and players, coaching staff, I think it is important that we remain humble. I think that the coaching staff and the players are aware of this. I'm not the one to tell them, but we need to know that we don't have any head start over anybody. And even the fact that we brought in new players means that we do need some time for these players to settle in and to adjust. So the beginning might be a bit patchy. It might be a bit of a rough road. So we should be prepared for those eventualities. Last season doesn't give anybody any advantage. Thank you. See you.